Hey girls, it's Tuesday, and apparently we all took a long weekend. This week on All Made of Awesome, we're talking about books. I'm sure you've probably gathered by now that all of us are a bit literary obsessed, what with either reading Harry Potter or the Legend of the Seeker series or even the Game of Thrones series, along with being obsessed with the movie and television counterparts of those books, as well as reading John Green's books, as any good nerdfighter does. It was about time we had a week dedicated specifically to the books that maybe we were reading right now or have loved in the past. I will be the first to admit that besides the Harry Potter series and a couple things similar to Harry Potter that I read when I first started reading Harry Potter, I'm not big on the fantasy genre. I did read Twilight right before the movies came out. I read the whole series in the span of like 4 days, I think. I did read children's fantasy with fairies and wizards, but I never got into the hardcore fantasy sci-fi section of my local chapters, which I guess would be Barnes & Noble in the States, and I really don't know what the major bookstore in England is. I'm sorry, Sarah. I really haven't read a lot of nonfiction other than school textbooks, which some of have been pretty good. I took a fiction class last year, and we read some Canadian literature and then some short stories by like Hemingway, although I didn't really like much of what we read in that class. My summer reading list is kind of mixed in with my year reading list because I don't read too much during the school year. It gets difficult keeping up with school and work and reading and writing papers, and it's too stressful for me to be able to really sit down and enjoy a book other than something short. This year during school I read Looking for Alaska in Abundance, Catherine Zeta, and Paper Towns, which I tore through because they're so good, but they're also young adult fiction. It's not a thick book that you have to finish reading. Right now I'm reading a book about introversion because I don't know if you guys really notice this about me. It's hard to tell with the videos because I'm talking to a camera. I'm not really surrounded by all of you, but I'm a bit of an introvert. I take a little bit to think about what I'm going to say, and although I've gotten over a lot of the shyness and social awkwardness that goes with being an introvert when you're a kid, I still deal with certain things because I'm surrounded by extroverts all the time because the majority of the world is extroverts. It's kind of a book to help realize your strengths, help to get to know yourself, deal with the exhaustion that comes with socializing if you're an introvert, and also bring up that really bad stigma that surrounds introverts right now, because a lot of people just assume that introverts are socially awkward and shy, which I was, but I'm not really anymore. So I've sufficiently rambled on for 10 minutes about books and really haven't said much other than these are the books I've read, here's a couple books I've enjoyed, these are the genres I like. I think that's enough for now. If you have any book recommendations for me, leave them in the comments below or in your videos because I'm always looking for more things to read. I'll leave a link to my current wanting to read list. I've got 17 books for this year that I want to read, but the list is accumulating in length because every time I go to the bookstore, if I see something I like, I don't buy it, I just put it onto the list. And yeah, I'm really bad at signing off. I'm really, really bad at it. Candace, I'll see you tomorrow.